The kids were took at the start of lockdown, like the first lockdown over a year ago. I still can't deal with all the emotion of it. It's all difficult. It's impossible to manage. I'd had social services involved for 2 years, and I got quite a few different ones because so many of their social workers were leaving. So it got more and more difficult to understand just what everyone wanted from us. The new one came, and she was, right, well, you're either going to do as you're told and do what we're asking of you or face the consequences. But instead of giving us time to actually keep things the way they were meant to be, she didn't see it that way, and within a month, that was it. She took the kids away. We always did get family time, though, and I'd been able to see my littlest in the contact centre with her being so young. Felt a bit funny at first with a mask and having to put gloves on to change her. But really, that was okay. She's gone for adoption now. I had my final goodbye contact with her this week, and I got her all dressed up as a Disney princess and took photos. And I got wrong off the staff because I couldn't stop myself crying. I don't know how anyone's supposed to cope with that. They say the medication's supposed to take the edge off. It doesn't. Family time online, it was quite hard. You can't give your kids a kiss or cuddle. There's not a lot of emotion you can give your child through a screen. It's quite difficult. But I've been quite happy about, because at least, even if it's through a screen, I can still see the 4 older ones twice or 3 times a week on Teams. What was difficult was them being different ages and at different placements. He just wants to play a game. He just wants to tell us about school. And then the others, they're just sat there, just not being involved. And it's like we're going to have to take it in turns. Me and the family time worker decided to split it 10 minutes each. And I think the worst part of it is you've got to sort out with connection issues and things like that, because my son's screen would go off or the internet would go down, and you're missing time with your child. But then I don't think it got any easier back at the contact centre. I got upset just before Christmas when it was contact there, and I got told, well, if I didn't go in within 5 minutes, like sort myself out and go in within 5 minutes, they were just going to cancel my contact. It was my first Christmas without my children. I had to take their presents into a contact centre, and I mean, I was in tears outside, but all I got told was that I couldn't go in unless I dried my eyes, because it wasn't fair on them to see me upset. Which, fair enough. But telling a parent you've got 5 minutes or we're just going to stop your contact, it's difficult for anyone. It's like you've got to hide everything. And if you don't hide it, the social workers basically pick at it. And so you tend just to keep it to yourself, where it ends up driving you crazy. I think that's the one thing people need when they go through this situation, is someone, like, when they do the contact, say like when they have contact with the child, spend 10 minutes with the family worker afterwards. Just sit down and how are you feeling? It would be a lot easier, because it takes the anxiety from the parent as well, because they've got someone they can talk to and basically be open and honest about how they feel about what's going on in contact and things like that. We don't get that. It's basically, have your contact, say goodbye to your child. And in the sessions themselves, let us be the parents. Until our children are placed for adoption, we're still their parents. So the staff shouldn't always be interrupting to tell us what we should and shouldn't be allowed to do and say with our own children. I now have huge issues with my mental health. There's times where I just sit in a room and I won't leave my house. Or there's times where we do leave a little bit, but being in a 5-bedroom house without the children, it's just so difficult. Everywhere we go, it reminds me of the kids. So I've just got to keep reminding myself, I can either let it destroy me and lose the 4 older ones as well, or keep fighting for them. I'll never stop fighting for them. Never. Never. Never.